Picture this, the Samsung Galaxy S26 Ultra has finally shown its true power, and it's not just a little better, it's a beast. The very first Geekbench scores just dropped, and they're rewriting what we thought was possible for an Android flagship. A single core score over 3,300 and a multi-core score past 10,400. This isn't just a tiny step forward. This is Samsung flexing hard, getting closer than ever to Apple's A series dominance. For years, Apple has been untouchable when it comes to raw CPU power, but now the gap is narrowing, and Samsung is doing it with both its Snapdragon variant and its brand new in-house Exynos 2600 chipset. If these numbers translate into real-world performance, we're talking about faster app launches, buttery smooth multitasking, console-level gaming, and an AI experience that doesn't just run, it flies. Hey everyone, welcome back. Sam here. If you love getting the inside scoop on tech before anyone else, smash that like button. Share this with a friend who's still rocking last year's phone, and don't forget to subscribe. Because the closer we get to launch, the crazier these leaks are going to get. Now, let's really dig in, because this phone is so much more than just numbers on a benchmark. Samsung is clearly going for a new balance of power and design, and it starts with the S26 Ultra's slimmer profile, just 7.9 mm. That might not sound like much, but when you consider that last year's S25 Ultra was already thin, this is a big deal. And somehow, Samsung managed to make room for an even bigger, bolder camera system. Yes, the camera bump is back, and it's not shy about it. Leaks show a massive new camera island that almost doubles in thickness compared to last year's flush layout. Some fans are calling it ugly, others are calling it bold. But one thing's for sure, Samsung did this for a reason. Here's where it gets exciting. That extra space is making way for a new generation of optics. We're talking about a 200MP main sensor with a wider aperture, meaning brighter shots, more natural bokeh, and less noise in low light. The 5x telephoto stays, but it's sharper thanks to improved glass elements, and the old 10MP 3x sensor has been swapped for a new 20MP unit, giving cleaner detail at mid-zoom levels. Combine that with Samsung's aggressive AI processing, and we could see the best camera system they've ever shipped, not just in daylight, but in night shots where Samsung has been playing catch up with Google's Pixel phones. But there's another piece of this puzzle, the S Pen. For weeks, rumors flew that Samsung might kill the S Pen slot to save space. Fans panicked. The S Pen is one of the biggest reasons people choose the Ultra model. But good news, multiple leaks confirm it's still here. In fact, this year's S Pen might be getting a small but meaningful refresh with better latency, improved Bluetooth connectivity, and maybe even new gesture controls that work with One UI 8.5's AI features. Imagine pointing the S Pen at your screen and getting instant translation, instant object cutouts, or even controlling your camera with new shortcuts. Now, not everything is perfect, and we have to talk about the elephant in the room: charging speeds. For months, there was hope that Samsung would finally give us 60W or even 65W charging. Competitors like Xiaomi and Oppo have been doing 80W, 100W, and even 120W for a while now, topping up a phone in under 30 minutes. But nope, the latest certifications confirm that the S26 Edge and S26 Pro stay locked at 25W, while the Ultra Max is out at 45W. That's the same as the S25 Ultra, and honestly, it feels a little dated in 2026. Samsung's argument has always been about battery health. They don't want to degrade your phone over time. But it's a tough sell when competitors can deliver faster charging and maintain good battery life. With a 5,000 mass cell again this year, expect roughly the same endurance, but you'll still need to wait close to an hour for a full charge. For power users, that's frustrating. The display story is a little more promising. At first glance, it's still a 6.9-inch panel, but insiders say Samsung has quietly upgraded it with better peak brightness, improved color accuracy, and AI-driven tone mapping for HDR content. This could mean better outdoor visibility and more cinematic video playback. Even though bezels aren't shrinking as much as fans hoped, likely a cost-saving measure, this might still end up being the best smartphone screen of 2026. And of course, we can't ignore the design tweaks. Renders and dummy units show slightly rounder corners and a flatter frame, which should make the Ultra feel better in hand while keeping that premium slab-like aesthetic. It's also thinner than Apple's iPhone 17 Pro Max, which is sure to spark some friendly competition between fans. This is what makes the S26 Ultra such a fascinating device. On one hand, it's the most powerful, most capable Ultra yet. On the other hand, it's playing it safe in key areas like charging and battery size. Samsung seems to be betting that performance, camera upgrades, and software polish will outweigh those downsides. And speaking of software, One UI 8.5 is rumored to bring big improvements to Galaxy AI with better offline processing, real-time voice translation, and smarter photo editing tools. Pair that with the Exynos 2600 or Snapdragon variant, and you've got a phone that feels futuristic in day-to-day use. But is it enough? Will people overlook the slow charging speeds and pay top dollar for the Ultra just to get the best cameras and performance? Or will this be the year more users jump ship to brands offering flashier features? I want to know what you think. Is the S26 Ultra shaping up to be your next phone, or are you holding out for something faster charging and maybe more adventurous from the competition? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I read them all. If you enjoyed this deep dive and want to stay ahead of every leak and rumor as we approach launch, make sure you're subscribed and hit that notification bell. We've got more design leaks, hands-on dummy units, and even early software previews coming soon. And trust me, you won't want to miss those.